in electrostatics. State Gauss's theorem.
Ma'am, total flux.
2n by epsilon naught.
Yes, ma'am.
Total electric flux through a closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. That is integral E dot ds is q by epsilon naught. That is the formula for electric. That is the formula for Gauss's theorem.
Gaussian.
ठीक है, तो अब इसका हम प्रूव करते हैं एंड लेट्स रिवाइज ऑल द एप्लीकेशंस एज वेल. ठीक है, चलिए सारी एप्लीकेशंस कर लेते हैं. सो प्रूफ, let us take left hand side, and you know, whenever we are to prove Gauss's theorem, we are to imagine a Gaussian surface. So this is plus q of charge, and suppose this is Gaussian surface of radius r. So where we are taking element, and you have to mark E and ds always. Electric field and area vector, they will be in the same direction. Okay, so you have to draw this corresponding diagram. So let us solve now. What is the use of taking E and ds in the same direction? Because when we open A dot b AB cos theta, it will be E ds cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, and what is the electric field at a point P due to charge Q at a distance? So that is, you know, K Q by R square. Electric field intensity's formula due to point charge is this, right? Then electric field is constant. We can take it out of the integral. So we are left with integral ds. Integral ds means whole area of Gaussian surface. What is the area of this Gaussian sphere? That is 4 pi r square. That is 4 pi r square. 4 pi gets cancelled, r square gets cancelled, and where we get q by epsilon naught, which is the right hand side. So left hand side is equal to the right hand side. This is the proof of Gauss's theorem. So you can also state this way, that surface integral of electric field over a closed path is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed. Okay, तो आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, right? Okay, now first application was to find electric field intensity at a point due to line charge. So let us apply now Gauss's theorem and find electric field intensity at a point due to a line charge. Infinite line charge having some linear charge density lambda. You know, lambda is charge per unit length. So we'll be substituting Q equal to lambda N. So we are taking this infinite charge around which you can imagine a Gaussian cylindrical surface. So this is the Gaussian cylindrical surface. You take a point P here at distance r and take the element and mark E and ds. They should be in the same direction for this portion. Otherwise, it is having three parts. First part, this surface is having second part and third part. For this, you are observing that E and ds in the same direction. But let us take a point here. Then E is still in this direction, but area vector is perpendicular. So since angle between E and ds is 90 degree, cos 90
Zero.
is 0, so this term will vanish and this contribution will also vanish. So since this is an application, we start from Gauss's theorem that we divide over three surfaces. Over first surface, over second surface, over third surface. Contribution and first.
Excuse me, ma'am.
That is, yes, negligible.
मैम हम जब तीन अलग अलग लेंगे तो फिर तब थोड़ा हम वो सेंट्रल वाला साइन डालेंगे, क्योंकि वो तीनों मिला के क्लोज सरफेस बनाएंगे ना, मतलब क्लोज सरफेस बनाएंगे.
सेंटर वाला क्या?
मैं कह रहा हूँ जब हम ऐसे तीन अलग अलग उनको डिवाइड करके बना रहे हैं तब हम वो सेंट्रल साइन थोड़ा लगाएंगे इंटीग्रल के बाद, क्योंकि वो मिलाकर क्लोज सरफेस बना रही है ना, अकेले अकेले तो वही है.
ये तीनों है तो क्लोज सरफेस ही है तीनों भी. आप चलो ये है कि आपका फर्स्ट स्टेप में क्लोज सरफेस आ गया, ठीक है. इन द सेकंड स्टेप ये आप ये सर्कल हटा सकते हैं, This is
हाँ
what
जी
we
यही
are
कह रहा
talking
था।
about.
यस मैम।
हाँ ठीक है, तो वो भी ठीक है। So EDS cos 0, that is Q को पुट कर देते हैं lambda L, ठीक है, cos 0 हो गया 1, so EDS is lambda L by epsilon naught. Now what is the area of this curved part? That is
2 pi r।
2 pi RL. L gets cancelled and then you are left with the formula. And please learn these end results, because you have seen that in the numericals, even in the exercise, these questions were included. In numerical problems, you will be applying directly. This formula should be in your mind. And also for deriving capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor, we use this formula if you remember. And graph with the E and R will be like this. It is inversely proportional to R. So I hope first application is clear to you. Second application, infinite plane sheet of charge. Thin infinite plane sheet of charge. Let us take a thin infinite plane sheet of charge now. Okay, so the initial steps will remain the same. Now, what is the difference? That we are taking infinite sheet, infinite sheet over which charge is uniformly distributed. Observation point may lie here also, here also. So we imagine a Gaussian surface piercing through this sheet, perpendicular to this sheet, and passing through the points of observation. So this is the kind of cylindrical Gaussian surface again, having three parts. But in this case, let us see the contribution electric field here also in this direction, here also is in this direction. But if we take area element here, E and ds are in the same direction. But if we take area element here, ds is perpendicular to electric field. So this is the reverse of the previous derivation. In this case, first and third portion will contribute, and second portion, its contribution will be 0. So this will not count now. This and this will count. So we have two identical terms. 2 EDS cos 0, that is lambda L. Now we have surface charge density. For sheet having certain area, we don't have linear charge density lambda. Here we have surface charge density sigma, is charge over area. So how can we write charge? Sigma into S now. So 2 EDS is sigma S. And what is integral ds? So it is wise to write integral ds s here, so that s gets cancelled on both sides. We should not put the area here away, otherwise you will not get the desired result and you will get confused here, you will get stuck here. So these things come when you write. These things come from written practice. So this is the formula for electric field intensity due to thin infinite plane sheet of charge. So learn the formula sigma over 2 epsilon naught. And if the sheet were thick, charge would get distributed over the back surface also. So we'll be having 2s here also 2 would also have gone. And we would have left with sigma over epsilon naught only. ठीक है students? तो thick sheet के लिए sigma over epsilon naught होता. This is for thin infinite plane sheet of charge. Then we had the third case where we had two infinite plane sheets of charge, and we did special case also, and we found that if the sheets are having equal and opposite surface charge densities, then electric field outside the sheets will be 0. In the region between the thin sheets, electric field would have been sigma over epsilon. तो वो उस एप्लीकेशन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है स्टूडेंट्स आपको? Do we? Fourth application of Gauss's theorem is to find electric field intensity at a point due to hollow conducting shell, uniformly charged hollow spherical conducting shell. ठीक है, very important application. बोर्ड में इसका किस फॉर्म में क्वेश्चन आ चुका है? बोर्ड में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था, show that a uniformly charged hollow spherical shell behaves as if all of the charge were concentrated at its center. Can you Tell me which case I'm talking about. For which
मैम
case
रिपीट
the
करना
shell behaves like this? Yes.
मैम रिपीट करना
I'm asking that the shell behaves like a point charge for which case, so that the whole of the charge appears to be concentrated at the center. That means it behaves like a point charge. कौन सा केस था शेल का जिसमें ऐसा रिजल्ट आता है? बताइए.
मैम वो चार्ज स्फीयर वाला जो किया था
That was for a point lying outside the shell. Inside तो zero था. On the surface it was.
सरफेस पे जो था मैम
Outside the shell when the point lies, then the shell behaves like a point charge. तो चलिए करते हैं रिवाइज. ठीक है. So due to uniformly charged hollow conducting spherical shell. Hollow conducting spherical shell. So we have a spherical shell of radius r. Any charge given to it will reside on its outer surface. So suppose Q charge is residing on its outer surface. First case is when the observation point lies outside the shell and the small r is greater than r in this case. Distance of point of observation. Point lying outside. This is the first case. Point lying outside the shell. So we imagine a Gaussian sphere passing through the point of observation now. So this is a Gaussian sphere. So we are going to apply Gaussian theorem. So we must mention the direction of E and ds. ये जरूर मार्क करनी है आपने. So let us apply Gaussian theorem now to this Gaussian sphere. So E dot ds is q by epsilon naught. Okay. Slowly let us put the values. EDS cos 0, that is 1. Electric field is constant and perpendicular to every point of Gaussian surface. So being constant, we take it out of integral. Now what is the area of Gaussian sphere? 4 pi r square. So we get E is equal to Q over 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So this is the same formula k q by r square that we get due to point charge. So when the point is lying outside the shell behaves like a point charge. This is our first case and the most important case. वैसे तो तीनों cases important है, but this is the most important case. कोई doubt इसमें? And for a point lying inside the shell, inside a conductor charge is 0. तो Q 0 put करेंगे, E भी 0 आ जाएगा. तो inside the shell तो आपका सीधा ही E 0 आ गया. Now for a point lying on the surface. For a point lying on the surface of shell, small r will be equal to capital R. So just replace the small r by capital R. So this will be constant now. Now capital R is radius of the shell. This field, electric field, will become constant now and maximum now. So that means electric field intensity at a point lying on the surface, electric field is maximum and constant. So that we can plot this type of graph between distance and electric field intensity. This यहाँ पहले कुछ नहीं है. Then its maximum here at r equal to r. E is maximum. Then it is inversely proportional to 1 by inversely proportional to r square. So this kind of graph can be drawn. So this portion will be inside, corresponding inside r less than r, and this portion will correspond to r greater than r, point lying outside the shell. ठीक है बच्चे, देख लीजिए पूरी डेरिवेशन. कोई डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क. Yes, do you have any doubts, students? Now the last application, in place of conducting shell, if we are having a non-conducting solid sphere, then how would the things change? Non-conducting solid sphere. Non-conducting solid sphere. So, if the charge were non-sphere were non-conducting, charge would stay where it is. It won't flow on the outer surface. ये non-conducting है. It's not a conductor now. Charge would stay where it is. But first case will be the same. Point on the surface that will also be the same. ठीक है? First case, second case दोनों same होंगे. Only for inside the case will be different. So let us do the third case if the observation point lies inside the shell. Because when the point will lie inside, the charge inside the non-conductor is not zero. So that's why electric field can't be zero here. There would be some value. Let's find out. Okay. So I'm going to rub now. Let us do the third case only. Point lying inside, that is different. So we have this non-conducting solid sphere, right? Suppose Q is the charge on it that is distributed over entire volume. So what is the volume charge density in this case? That is charge over volume 4/3 pi r cube. Say this is equation number 1. Now we take a point P inside and we assume a Gaussian sphere through it, and its radius is small r. Its radius is small r. Obviously, small r is less than r for this case. And again, we draw area element E and ds. They are in the same direction. And now you can see that its volume is different. Volume of Gaussian sphere is different. It is 4/3 pi small r cube. And charge enclosed by it is also different. ठीक है, पूरे स्फीयर का चार्ज ज्यादा है, ये उसका एक पार्ट है, तो चार्ज इज आल्सो स्मॉल. तो चार्ज enclosed by Gaussian sphere is q dash. Suppose it is different now. So let us apply Gauss's theorem now to the Gaussian sphere. So E dot ds is q dash by epsilon. We are applying Gauss's theorem to Gaussian sphere. So integral E ds cos 0 next step, and again q dash को आप कैसे लिख सकते हैं? Still the volume charge density remains the same. It is same for the whole sphere, also for the Gaussian sphere also. So let's write volume charge density for the Gaussian sphere now. It is q dash over 4 pi small r cube. Earlier we have written total charge and total volume. Now we have written charge enclosed by Gaussian sphere and volume of Gaussian sphere. This is the most important point. Cross multiply, you get q dash is rho into 4/3 pi r cube. So put this q dash here now. Rho into 4/3 pi r cube over epsilon naught. Electric field is constant. Take it out of the integral, being constant. Now let us put the value of rho from equation number 1. That is q over 4/3 pi r cube, and remaining things as such. 4 pi r cube over 3 epsilon naught. देखिए ये step, check it out. Is the step clear to you? Yes, have a look. All these steps are clear. Now
Yes,
just
मैम यहाँ पे हमने वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेटल करना है यहाँ पे.
वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी रो है ना, क्योंकि ये अब सॉलिड स्फीयर है, 3 डायमेंशनल फिगर है. प्लेन शीट में हमारे पास सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी थी सिग्मा, लाइन चार्ज में लैम्डा था. अब ये जो इसमें वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी डिफाइंड होगी. Earlier we did what when this volume charge density is applicable for 3 dimensional objects like sphere. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
So let's see what gets cancelled out. 4/3 pi gets cancelled. And now let's put in the next step. Area of Gaussian sphere 4 pi small r square. Q r cube over epsilon naught r cube we were left with. 2 r's get cancelled. We get 1 r here. And the final expression becomes E is equal to Q over 4 pi epsilon naught r cube times r. So electric field intensity is directly proportional to r. All these things are constant inside the bracket. Charge जितना उसको हमने दिया वो constant है. Capital R is also the constant. It is the radius of solid sphere. So variable was small r only, the distance of observation point. So for a point lying inside the shell, electric field is not zero for non-conducting solid sphere. It is directly proportional to small r. It is directly proportional to distance. So our graph also gets modified. In this portion also we get a straight line showing direct proportionality. E proportional to r. So here E is proportional to r, then it is maximum here as before, and then inversely proportional to r square. And here maximum. So this will be how our graph will also get modified. So have a look. देख लीजिए एक बार सारी एप्लीकेशंस आपको क्लियर हैं कि नहीं है. देख लीजिए. If you have any doubts, students, you can ask. Yes. So see, this is the line charge. Okay, first of all, we will have line charge. This is an infinite line charge, and you can see this is cylindrical. First application of Gauss's theorem. And see the directions of electric field and area vector. Again, see directions of electric field and area vector. ठीक है. तो आप देखिए ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ओवर दिस पोर्शन अपर curved upper circular surface. Area vector is perpendicular to electric field, so no contribution of flux towards it. Right? Let us see second application. Infinite plane sheet of charge. Infinite plane sheet of charge. आप देखिए Gaussian sphere is cylindrical, and see the direction of electric field. See the direction of electric field, and you can well imagine area vector किस direction में, and sigma also they have mentioned here. ठीक है. And then let me show you the third application. Third application, let us see that. Hollow spherical shell. Conducting hollow spherical shell. So see, you can see it is behaving like a point charge. If the point is lying outside the shell, तो सारा charge आपको एक ball में concentrated दिख रहा है at the center. ठीक है. But if we have a solid sphere, non-conducting solid sphere, ठीक है, इसमें देखिए charge is lying where it is staying. Charge is lying where it is staying. So different amount of charge is enclosed by this Gaussian sphere, and different amount of charge is enclosed by whole sphere. Whole sphere जो है, total sphere is enclosing different charge, q amount of charge, and Gaussian sphere of radius small r, it is enclosing different amount of charge. ठीक है, इस तरह से. Is that clear? So this was just an idea about it. ठीक है, चलिए आप बताइए, आपका कोई डाउट?